You know, I've watched you. Sometimes our people disagree with you, but I mean, I understand some of your approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why?
Maybe, hey,
Why do you panic?
the way you, Papa, you know, Papa.
Figuratively, he bites as hard as he can.
Okay.
And of course, when he puts his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it prickles.
Watch Johnny's bite.
You know, I've watched you. Sometimes our people disagree with you, but I mean, I understand some of your approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why?
Maybe, hey,
Why do you panic?
the way you, Papa, you know, Papa.
Figuratively, he bites as hard as he can.
Okay.
And of course, when he puts his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it prickles.
Watch Johnny's bite.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakeel. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runneth over, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Monday, the 23rd of June, 2025. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. I trust that your weekend was very restful indeed. Mine was restful and eventful as well. We had opportunity over the weekend to engage with some sisters of the Anglican Young People's Association, Accra Diocese, and we had a chance to talk about the art and act of communication and public speaking, and it was a very swell time at the Anglican Retreat Center at Shalebotwe. Swell time indeed. So kudos to the AYPA. AYPA is always my pride because it comes deep into my heart, and I'm very, very proud member to be associated with that. We also want to say thank you to all who spend time to pray for us, spend time to say some good word for us. Thank you very much indeed to all those who advise us. Sometimes you say, oh, this one I know, but let it go, forget about it, let it go. And one of the things that somebody told me over the weekend was that you do not fight somebody in a compound house if you have, let's assume, so this was an analogy. Said, Johnny, imagine that you have your 6-month-old baby. You have a towel, wrapped underneath, and then you have nothing under the towel. You're in a compound house. It's a busy Saturday morning. Everybody is washing. People are busy doing their stuff there. And then you throw your child up, and before the child comes back down, your towel goes down. Would you save the child, or would you try and cover up your dignity? He asked me that. I've not been able to answer that question. And then another person told me that, growing old is mandatory, because as the years go by, you will grow old. Yes, you will grow old. But growing up is optional. Growing old, as the years go by, you will grow old. They will check your date of birth. They will know how old you are. But growing up is optional. It is optional. I remember many, many years ago, some of the concepts that were developed. There's a studio at Latebi Okosh, right? Zongo Junction, the Total filling station. Next to it, it's called the Benvej Music Studio, right? And that was where we came from to do Bands Alive and all of that. There were many people who used to come there, some hungry, some used to come. Before you enter the studio, there's an office to the right. People entered there. They used to come there to come and collect money and go and spend and all of that. They have forgotten some of the faces that were in there. But just to mention that the FBI is still in town. And the FBI is in town, and it doesn't matter, like as the Chief Justice on suspension said, it doesn't matter the nuances and the hand gestures and hand waving. The law is the law is the law. The FBI is in town. If you have no explanation, don't explain. If you have an explanation, start explaining. But the FBI is in town. And the FBI will be in town for as long as the work that they have to do has to be done. I'm told that these days the nightclubs aren't as full as they used to be. People aren't flaunting cash as they used to do because the FBI is in town. And you know what? Interestingly, I find some people who live out there in the US, in Canada, in the UK, and the rest, making videos and questioning why, for example, I'm asking for a lifestyle audit. Because they know that where they live, if somebody, for example, takes 700 pounds or 1,000 pounds or 1,002 pounds to go and buy something, boom, at the same time, the government, the state will start asking you questions. Where did you get the money from? How did you come by this money? Those same people who live in those climates, because they know that there are a lot of gullible people here, forgive my French, they would go on that tangent because, yes, they want to create content. But let me tell you the fact. Lifestyle audit is not a crime. And I will state what I said again, that if there's a conditional clause, if, and you see, Brofo is a very interesting language. If I worked at the GRA, and somebody comes to say, I have this, I have that, I have Bentley, I have Lambo, I have Rolls Royce, I have this mansion, I have this, I have that. And we have been told in the past that, it is not what you know that I do that brings me the money, but something else that brings me. I'll just invite you to come and tell us. Why? Is it a crime? If the GRA invites me to come and tell the GRA how I have what, I will gladly go and tell the GRA because I don't default. So if a lifestyle audit is a problem and people think that is the basis for hatred, then we have a long way to go as a country. Oh yes, we do. We have a long way to go. Now, on the front page, no, let me begin from the streets first. Please start from the Highway Authority, the roads, Ministry of Roads, quickly, because this morning there's going to be, possibly there's going to be traffic and it's going to linger on. This is from a public notice, temporary lane reduction of the north-south bound carriage of the Medina-Accra and vice versa at Tetekwashi Interchange, Accra Tema Motorway, and extensions project, 19.5 kilometers. The Ghana Highway Authority, acting on behalf of the Ministry of Roads and Highways, wishes to inform the public and all road users of an upcoming traffic management arrangement as part of the ongoing construction works on the Accra Tema Motorway and extensions projects, 19.5 kilometers. To facilitate central pier construction works for the expansion of the Tetekwashi Interchange Bridge, the number of lanes on the north-south bound carriage, that's Medina to Accra direction, and vice versa, will be temporarily reduced from 4 lanes to 3. This adjustment will take effect from Sunday, 22nd of June 2025, and is expected to last for 4 months. The lane reduction is necessary to provide safe working space for construction personnel and to ensure the continued safety of all road users. We kindly urge motorists to exercise caution, follow directional signs, and cooperate with traffic management officials throughout the duration of the work. For further information, please contact the Public Affairs Division via WhatsApp 055 162 2244. That's 055-162-2244. This is issued by the Public Affairs Division. Cecil Bodawuntum, good morning to you. And so you know. So those who are going across those parts, the Medina, Adenta, all those lanes, you may have to contend with the difficulty. Now let's begin from here. I have seen on the front page of the Custodian newspaper, the banner headline says, Bawumia condemns harmful religious and ethnic politics. This is on the front page of the Custodian newspaper. On the front page of the News Center newspaper as well, top right-hand corner, religious ethnic politics harmful, Dr. Bawumia. I agree with him. I agree with Dr. Bawumia 100%. It is a wrong thing for us to set ourselves up to already divide ourselves. NPP and NDC has divided us already. Now we can't go on to add religion and ethnocentrism. We can't do that. But you see, the maker of the statement sadly was a beneficiary of the same thing he condemns today. And I'll explain. Until about two and a half years ago, I was the host of Big Issues on TV3 New Day. Some of the people I hosted included Stephen Amwa, former Deputy Minister, MP for Inshasu. I hosted him many times. I even hosted him at the time when he was not a member of parliament. This religious bigotry that is being condemned across board, right? He exhibited that on TV3 New Day too many times. And nobody, Dr. Bawumia was in power. He never said anything about it. All those who are condemning it, they never said anything about it. He used to go on that Christian and Muslim tangent. That, oh, you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, you tell the truth. We all go to church, you're a Christian. But he used to say that. Nobody cared to call him to order because we were benefiting from it. The streets will say hypocrisy, but I will say perfidy. And I'm introducing a new word. So those who have used hypocrisy, and even without understanding it, now I'm introducing a new perfidy. Go and find it and then, understand it. They were beneficiaries of the same thing that they are condemning today on the front pages. Everywhere, on Facebook, people are writing. It is a terrible thing to do. Do you know why I choose to elect to wear this dapila almost every day of my life? I'm not of northern ancestry, no. But it is to make people know that we are one and the same. The whole concept of boarding schools was to make sure that everybody comes together. You can have people from Achim, you can have people from Gan, you can have people from Dagban, you can have people from Boga, everywhere, Axim, everywhere, come together, Volta, everywhere, in one school. Because we are looking for national cohesion. We are not looking at tribal and religious sentiments being expressed. Politics is a contest of ideas. It is not about who is Muslim and who is Christian and whether or not Ghanaians will vote for a Muslim or they vote for a Christian. That's beside the point. And that was why I condemned it. You know, when Dr. Bawumia, the whole conversation about Dr. Bawumia coming to the fore, he said, we need somebody who can unite Muslims and Christians. Remember that I told you many, many years ago, about 2 years, 3 years ago, I told you that in my own Anglican church, if you go to St. Timothy Anglican Church at Nima, at the roundabout, go and check who guards the church. It is not an Anglican. Go and check who guards the church. Cross and go to Abose Okain, St. Andrew, the Anglican Church, the Pro Cathedral. Go and check the religion of the person who guards the Anglican Church. So I stood here and said that we are not looking for a leader who will now come and unite us because we are already united. When the chief imam turned 100, I went to interview him. I am a Christian. He asked me to kneel. He prayed for me. He blessed me on his 100th birthday. We have seen the chief imam in a Catholic church before. We have seen Christians in the, look, bless his soul, the late Alhaji Shomi Williams, a very known and respected Islamic, giant. He used to come into the St. Joseph Anglican Church. He used to go to the Thomas Cled Methodist Church. He used to go to Matararat Methodist Church. He used to go and worship there. He used to go and be there. There's nothing wrong. We're already united. If you are bringing policies that will impact the lives of the people, bring the policies. You don't now need to come and set people on the edge about Christian and Muslim and who will vote for who and who will vote for that. Bring policies, bring ideas. There are 4.7 million who queued to go and vote for Dr. Bawumia. Would you say that they are only Muslims? At the time when you supported Dr. Bawumia in the 2020-2024 elections, were you a Muslim? Or are you now telling us that in 2024 you were part of the people who did not vote for Dr. Bawumia? Let us be very measured in the way we play our politics in this country. We are enjoying our peace and tranquility. We don't want anything that will jeopardize what we're doing. We don't want anything that will jeopardize what we're doing. No. We are enjoying ourselves. Let us enjoy ourselves. If you're bringing a policy, contest on ideas. Use brain power. You say you have a PhD. Use brain power. This tribal bigotry and ethnocentrism, it will not take us anywhere. And we condemn, everybody condemns you. Everybody condemns it. So you are forgiving. Go back and sit down. Don't do that again. Now, show me the vehicles, please. The two vehicles. And I've noticed also a very bad trend before this video, a very bad trend. People go and spray their tail lights black. How? They tint their tail lights or they spray it or whatever they do to it. I don't know. Look at the vehicle on your screens. No, put the vehicle out. Look at the vehicle on your screens. Last week, one of my bosses sent it. No, I want that red trotro. One of my bosses sent it to me. And this was driving right in front of him. Start the vehicle, the video, sorry. Start the video and let me see the video. The red one, Kuzo. The vehicle is tilted to one side. How did this vehicle get roadworthy certificate? Which station did the vehicle move from? And the people who went to sit in this vehicle, did they not see that the vehicle is not well? Why is the driver on the road with this vehicle? And did this vehicle drive past policemen, MTTD officers? Did they pause to ask questions? On this one, oil no day in body. So this one, if we stop him safe, oil no day in body. Like it be 4x4, oil good day. I'm only asking questions. How is this vehicle good enough to take people from one point to the other? How is this vehicle good enough? No, I'm asking, maybe I'm missing a point. Somebody has to explain something to me. How is this vehicle good enough to be on the road? How? I know people will come and make the emotional argument, everybody must eat. Yes, you must eat, but you must not be reckless in trying to eat. So that when FBI comes looking for you, you'll be shouting. No, you must not be reckless. And this one, I don't know the name of the driver, but I know that some other driver will come and be shouting. Show me the blue one too. There's a blue one too. It has a problem in the engine, obviously. The driver's mate is sitting, look, the bonnet is opened. The driver's mate is sitting in the bonnet, holding, adjusting something, and people are sitting in the vehicle. They don't value their lives, obviously. And this one too, it might have driven past some policemen, some metro guards, and it is there. Everybody is watching. It's okay. Look at it. I don't own the rights to this video. This video is not mine. I saw it on Facebook. I thought I should show it to you. So it will be this. Because and you know, the make of both vehicles are the same. Oh. Did they cross your mind? Because the show has the red one. The make of the two vehicles are the same. The make of the two vehicles are the same. Put it up. Who is watching? I mean, and you can even stretch the conversation to the point and ask, are these vehicles supposed to be used as passenger vehicles to carry human beings? The countries where these vehicles come from, is that the original use for which these vehicles were manufactured? It's a question. Ghana Standards Authority, DVLA, road safety. We are not in short supply of the institutions that must make sure that the citizens of the Republic of Ghana are safe and secure. I am asking a question again. Oh. This vehicle has a car number. And I'm sure that the officials at DVLA can trace and know whether or not this vehicle has, roadworthy certificate. I'm sure that our friends at the National Insurance Commission can trace and know, or to know, if this vehicle has insurance cover. Now, if this vehicle has both, The question that will arise then is that how did they get it? Because before you get your roadworthy certificate, you need to show your vehicle. Your vehicle has to be shown. It has to be inspected. You have to confirm certain things to know that the vehicle is fit for purpose. Look at the vehicle. Chone ekpafa achia akakakra na ebu hwefi obeku ekpafa sankpana Now there's something that a couple of friends of mine who are NAPCOnians brought to my attention over the weekend. I thought it was a laudable thing to think through. You know, you remember the Nation Builders Corps, NAPCO. You remember the Nation Builders Corps? They are still owed some of their monies, their allowances. They were not paid. They were called into meetings in the last administration after a long, period of, being abandoned. And finally, they were told that, we will try and pay, blah, 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 all in the run-up towards the election. I'm sure we're trying to get their buy-in to go and vote again. I'm sure that Sokraseniti and Agregu. So they decided that they won't be part of it. But the whole concept of the Nation Builders Corps was one, to end graduate unemployment. If you go on the NAPCO website or if you check any of the stories, if you check their launch, etc., it tells you that NAPCO was to end graduate unemployment and to solve society's problem. That was the agenda of NAPCO. So whether it is Heal Ghana, whether it is Feed Ghana, whether it is Teach Ghana, whether it is all the other models in NAPCO, the idea, Revenue Ghana, it was cut out. And I remember that at the time when Mr. Emmanuel Kofi Nti was Commissioner General of the GRA, there was a meeting that was held at Aliza Hotel at the top. I remember very well. The conversation was about widening the tax net and bringing in the informal sector, and particularly artisans. I remember I asked a question, and then we were told that, something was coming. Well, the name was not given, but something was coming that will make sure that young people are recruited and they will be sent to the various sites and they will go and, so they pay a mason 120 Ghana cedis per day or 80 Ghana cedis or 100 or 150 Ghana cedis per day. And there's a portion of it that must come back to the state as tax. Because our friends and brothers who are artisans also demand from the state some goodies. Young people in this country, some with degrees, some with diplomas, some with whatever it is, they came forward. They put themselves up because the understanding was that graduate unemployment was going to end. And I remember that figures were bandied around. 100,000. You remember 100,000 NAPCO, but we have given jobs to 100,000 people. At some point, we even went to 117,000. At some point. Now, let's take a look at the arrears. NAPCO started on the 1st of May 2018. The allowances paid was, rounded up, but I don't want to round it up. It's 699 Ghana cedis, not 700 Ghana cedis. The people insist. It ended in September 2022. So even if it's 3 years, they have 9 months of unpaid arrears. Projected beneficiaries, 100,000. I remember that Mr. Ken Oforiatta was in Parliament on one of the budget days and he mentioned 97,373. 97,373. That's not 100,000. That's not 100,000. I remember that I spoke with the late Dr. Chema Boaji, who was spokesperson on finance at the time, and he said, you cannot approximate human beings. What we were told over and over again was 100,000, for which budget was read for, right? The actual beneficiaries were 67,000. I'm going to ask for an audit for NAPCO. So let's say it is 699 Ghana cedis per month times 100 Ghana cedis. Pick your calculator and let's do the calculation together. 699 Ghana cedis per person per month. times 100,000 beneficiaries. So far, this is what they are owed, right? 422 million. But do your calculation. 699 Ghana cedis times 100,000 people for which we budgeted. This was announced. This was repeated over and over and over and over and over again, even until the 2020 elections and beyond. 100,000 times 12. Let's do the calculation. Because are you doing the calculation? 699 Ghana cedis times 100,000 beneficiaries times 12 months. That's for 1 year. Is 800 and what? 838 million Ghana cedis. Every year, 838 million Ghana cedis plus. That's what we spent on NAPCO every year. If the figure 100,000 is what it is. Because you can't approximate people. You can't see 7 people and round it up to 10. No. Now multiply that 838 million 800,000 times 4 years. You're hitting about 4 billion, right? That's how much? 3 billion. 355 million. 200,000. You're hitting almost 4 billion. Somebody must come and answer. As we chase Mr. Furiata to come and answer for the National Cathedral, some people or somebody must also come and answer whether or not we got value for money from this whole NAPCO thing. We spent all these monies. How much revenue did NAPCO beneficiaries reap in? I'm not talking about the formal sector, the informal sector. How much did NAPCO beneficiaries bring in from the informal sector? The sites, the mason, the plumber, the carpenter, all those places that we're talking about, which informed why we put that together. Because if you go to GRA, they already have people. If you go to the assemblies, they already have people. They have revenue inspectors and revenue collectors, In fact, even if you go to the assemblies now, some of them are still in disarray because they did not generate the bills for property rate. So they do not even know how much was sent out and how much to go and collect. Go to the assemblies. There's confusion. It's the figures, they are what do you call it? They are revenue lines. It spots everything. Because we're looking at sharing 40, 30, 30. We have done things in this country. But I digress. I'm coming back to NAPCO. If we spend almost 4 billion Ghana cedis of the taxpayers' money on NAPCO, Heal Ghana, Teach Ghana, Feed Ghana, Revenue Ghana, the one on current affairs, I've forgotten what it is, but there were about 7 models. Somebody needs to come and give us an account. And while we look at the account, the government of the day, my understanding is that you also met the NAPCO people in the run-up to the elections. I saw some of them on your platforms. They would join your campaign. What has been the conversation with them post-election? Let me take you back a bit. And this one, borrowed this one from the state broadcaster, GBC. It's our station. Play.
President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo is asking institutions and sectors of work with a Nation Builders Corps trainees to give them first option when there are opportunities to recruit. At NAPCO's first anniversary celebration in Accra, the president said NAPCO trainees have acquired the needed skills and capacity to deliver.
The president launched the NAPCO Skills and Talent Academy Pathways, which feeds into preparations for the exit of NAPCO trainees into their chosen careers.
A year ago, these youth, numbering 100,000, were jobless and among the thousands of unemployed graduates in the country. Today, with the inception of the Nation Builders Corps, a scheme to train and give them skills in readiness for the working world, their story is different. The main aim of NABCO is to deal with the growing unemployment numbers in the country. After receiving more than 140,000 applications, about 100,000 qualified. 99,000 were initially accepted for the program. For the past 1 year, NAPCO trainees have supported critical sectors, namely education, health, agriculture, local governance, digitization, revenue mobilization, and private enterprises. It is 1 year on, and the NAPCO boss believes the scheme has chalked up successes.
Barely a year on, 11,000 plus have exited the scheme into some kind of permanent employment in the public or private sector. These alumni offer worthy testimonies on life before NAPCO and then life after they had joined NAPCO. We know there is a lot worth celebrating even in a year, but we also know that there is a lot yet to be done.
The Judicial Service also opened its doors to some of the trainees.
NAPCO personnel or interns are working cashiers, orders, secretaries, interpreters, court clerks, and those with IT skills are with our IT department helping solve IT problems in the service. The Judicial Service has a monitoring system that tracks the performance of NAPCO personnel, and so far the feedback that majority of NAPCO personnel are committed, very committed, and are always engaged on their job schedule.
About their full-time employment, President Akufo-Addo says they should be given priority.
I urge our NAPCO trainees to continue to seize the moment and opportunities offered by the scheme to develop themselves. As a trainee, your NAPCO story must be one of continual growth. It is our hope that you transition smoothly into your desired career pathway as a result of the value addition being derived from this scheme. Thus far, the NAPCO module implementation partners have fulfilled their part of the bargain. I commend them for their partnership of the scheme and would appeal to them to recognize and reward the sacrifice made by trainees. They should be the first to be considered when opportunities for permanent employment come up.
After okaying them for work a year ago, President Akufo-Addo launched an exit plan for the 3-year duration scheme.
1 year on, NAPCO is ready to deploy its learning platform through online direct instruction by its designated learning centers across all regions of the country. The scheme will henceforth bring the full complement of its mandate into operation, i.e. guaranteed workplaces as well as skills training for work readiness. I therefore deem it an honor as President of the Republic to launch the NAPCO Skills and Talent Academy.
So I just had to take you back so we get a sense of what I'm talking about. May Justice Mafosar rest in peace. May he rise in glory. This was the NAPCO story back then. I know NAPCO people who told me that, look, they sat in those offices. May John Kuma also rest in peace. Those who sat in those offices and they saw people being brought in over and above them to be given permanency. If you listen to some of their plight, so you feel a certain sense of grand deception that was put on them. But the ultimate question I'm asking this morning is the audit. The audit. Let's wrap up with Prophet Kofi Odro about people's money, sudden wealth, people bringing money. And this is a pastor, a man of God, who preaches for people to be prosperous. He said even he had cause to question how somebody brought some money to them, and he asked the question, where did you get this money from? It is not a crime to ask, where did you get the money from? And it is not a mark of hatred or acrimony. It is a mark of accountability. If you got the money through right means, they ask you, where did you get the money from? I'll tell you. You ask me, where did I get this shirt from? Grandpa, where did I get the Dapala from? Sonar Fashions, where did I get this watch from? You say where you got it from. So why is it difficult when they ask you, where did you get the money from? Then you get angry. You get angry over what? You get anyhow. Play the video.
I FBI for Babylon do kutuka. No ma be criminals. No ma di o matina play no ma di o. Na mo system no e wa ha no. E hu e bisi mo nsuru nyame. Asiamaya monwene. Deuteronomy 32.
3 FM, the best in the morning. Sunrise on 3 FM, the best in the morning.
Hallelujah. Sister, we prophesy. When next breakthrough cry, we be free, we do gate and another breakthrough naba. Sani woho and ama yakuru apro. Yeah. Insasi be ya tankro na nimia mia kuro no amana wuno. Yeah, mia manintiam wufria manintiam hwienso hwiegu kuro nim. Tia champo nunum kasen fa frande fa parianim na chichi manintiamu adia bechi na ekuro no bacteria and infections ni na. Are you clapping for that?
Sunrise on 3 FM, the best in the morning.
As I see, you know, and I don't pay $1 million. So be a sensible man of God. I should be able to ask him, where did you get the money from? What is the source of funds? I shouldn't just say, oh, Charlie, breakthrough. Kneel down, let me pray for you. Father, let more come. No. And wabeje $1 million, thinking it's a breakthrough. But I should be able to ask you, where did you get this money from? And I come for doing hand will be the suitcase. Fellowship days. There were hand will be the suitcase. 2 suitcases full of dollars. About them. You are here. First question. I see this money as blood money. I FBI for the land kutuka. No ma be criminals. No ma di omatina play. No ma di omako. Na momo system no wa hano. Ewu misi munsuru nyame. Asiamaya monyune.
So you can dare the GRA, but I'm looking for the man or the woman who is bold enough, chest out, who is daring GRA to dare the FBI. If you be man, dare the FBI. If you be woman, dare the FBI. We did this country inside. Good morning. Call me 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. 055-691-0154. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Are you ready to dare the FBI?
Is that?